Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is the long-awaited Saw 4. So I've heard things. I've heard good things. I've heard not so many good things. But I'm going into it with an open mind. I do know that the first three movies were kind of a trilogy on their own. But then this is like an extension of the story, which I am completely fine with. If we get maybe more of John's story, more of what makes him tick, what made him this guy. I'm really excited about that. I'm going to try to keep this short because I've had people tell me that I talk too much. I mean, that was on my report card a lot growing up, so I don't know why it would stop in my adult life. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this because, again, I don't know anything about it. I do know that we have the same director as 2 and 3, so stylistically it should look similar. I don't know Angus McFadden, Shawnee Smith, and of course Tobin Bell, which now that I know that it's kind of a continuation of John's story, I'm kind of expecting him to be in these movies, even if it's a flashback or, even if somebody has like, I don't know, old footage of him and they're using it for something. I don't know. I'm speculating at this point. But it's always nice to get a little bit of John. Just wild. He's turned into one of my actually favorite characters in horror movies. I find him very intriguing. I find him likable, which I guess makes him a really good serial killer because most serial killers are fairly likable, mostly charming. Anyway, let's get into it. I've got my rosé ready to go. Let's watch the movie. Ominous when you start out with a foot and a saw. Is this like a coroner doing an autopsy on John? I don't know why I was like, is there a trap inside of John? Did he set this up? I don't know how I feel about him getting chopped up like this. I don't know why that made me smile. People who don't do autopsies are a different breed. I'll just say that. And funeral directors. There better be a point to this. He swallowed the tape that was covered with wax. No, this guy. There's always a pointless detective in the movie prior that becomes somewhat central the next movie. Yup. I don't think that'd fit down your throat. I don't think that would fit down your throat. I don't think it'd fit down my throat. I'm very wee.
You think it's over just because I'm dead? It's not over. The games have just begun.
First of all, I love that music, but that gave me a cold chill. Are his eyes cut out or just sewed closed? Smart. Oh, God. Also, I work in the dental profession, so ripping open stitches like that, it doesn't bleed that much. Just gonna throw it out there. I would like my Saw movies to be realistic, please. Thanks. I'm fine if they're not. I can't handle the realism sometimes. Hey! You! But she's dead. Oh, God. Remember when he treated her horribly in the second movie? I remember.
Why the hell do we still do it? Is our nature disabled? It's what we do.
I'd pack up and move.
Eric is still out there, man. Eric's been missing for 6 months. Kerry was gone for 4 days. I can only be as optimistic as the facts allow.
I keep saying if you don't see a body, they might still be alive. Or I hope they're still alive.
Who's he?
Lieutenant Rigg, our SWAT commander.
What's his problem?
Everyone around him keeps dying.
Quite frankly, if I was his wife, I'd be like, you need to quit your job, and we're gonna move, or she's gonna leave. Oops. A little too on the nose with that one.
What was Rigg watching?
Jill Tuck's interrogation?
A couple people have told me that I look like Jill Tuck. I mean, she's pretty, so I'll take it. I don't think so, but I appreciate it.
Tracy?
Probably Pigface. Oh, it's a big dude. You need another big dude to take him down. Or a blow dart. Motherfucker! Pigface!
Eric Matthews is still alive. The block of ice he stands upon is melting. He has but 90 minutes to save himself. Detective Hoffman's fate is linked to Eric's survival.
Who cares about Hoffman? Pigface! Oh, I mean, at first it might be okay. Or go get some scissors and just cut her hair. Bet everything sharp's gone. Do you have any ibuprofen? Ugh. Oh, that was a great transition. This is mildly insensitive, but I think having the ice on his foot probably feels pretty good. Okay, so that's not Amanda dragging him away. He's helping him heal just to put him through this again. She was pregnant?
I got a surprise for you.
60 seconds. The choice will be made for you.
I will say the red light makes it easier to digest. And the fact that I don't care about him whatsoever. Good riddance. I'll just say that I wasn't a big fan of Riggs in the second movie. Don't really remember much from the third movie.
I forgot my jacket. Oh, please, please.
Come on now, man.
Stay there.
No, run. Run. Oh. I have cold chills. Am I gonna cry? I feel like I'm gonna cry.
Girl loves boy, boy loves girl. Boy gets girl pregnant, girl loses baby. Boy turns into a serial killer.
I hate this guy.
Friends. He's being recruited.
I don't think Rig would be recruited. I mean, The fuck do I know?
Understand? Hey.
I feel like Donnie Wahlberg gets paid by the fucks and the bitches that he says. He doesn't have very many lines. But there's a high quantity of those two. Jesus Christ.
His, however, will not. Remove the ties that
Oh.
Morgan, what the fuck are you doing?
So she keeps it in her wound. She doesn't bleed to death, but he will? Or no, she's gonna take it out. Maybe I don't understand this one. Oh, they're not in the same spot.
They were all represented by a lawyer named Art Blank.
You got them all off?
It's also Jill Tuck's lawyer.
Look out!
Oh! You never know what's gonna happen. The fuck?
Okay, come on. Shallow breath, come on. Stay with me, alright? Alright, you're gonna be fine.
It's in her face. I don't see anything in her neck. It doesn't seem like a life-threatening injury. Kick him with your boot.
There you go. Live or die. You make the choice.
I don't know, he just tried to hang himself twice. I'm sure die. Fuck.
As a drug user and a hustler, you've played roulette with other people's lives. Today, you play with your own.
I mean, I won't be upset to see Cecil die. Always pigs. Why is there always pigs? Pig toys, pig face, pig ceviche.
Press hard enough, and you'll release the arm of the leg restraints that bind you. Press on.
I'll bleed out. I'll bleed out. Open casket. I'll just bleed out. Oh my god. Oh, fuck. Still gonna bleed out. Oh, that gives him an idea? Wait. It seriously has me wondering about Jeff right now. He's gonna kill an innocent man. Which one's the innocent man? Would be Riggs? What is happening with him? Oh, that's who that was. I'm an idiot. But why does he have a scar there and not across here? Jeff! What? Is this another instance of it happening like a couple weeks ago? So obviously one of those is a recording because that happened a while back with Jeff.
release us when the timer's up.
Doubt it. No, 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 no! What an epic clusterfuck. I can't believe they just killed off Eric. Wait, so this was weeks ago.
Hello, Officer Rigg. If you are hearing this, then you have reached Detective Matthews. Instead of saving Detective Matthews, you cost him his life. You failed your final test.
Son of a bitch.
We're here to find the person helping Dukes on Amanda Young.
I was wondering what this note said. Did we ever find out what that note said? But how is he related to the whole story?
Game over.
Huh? I don't know what I just watched. I felt like the story was actually good. It's the conclusion. I don't. So, I mean, obviously, the beginning of the movie is the autopsy of John, where they find the tape. So, everything that happened in the movie took place before the autopsy because obviously Hoffman sealed the FBI detective in the room with John. I just don't know what happened to the FBI detective. I don't know why Art was chosen. I mean, I know why Art was chosen. I just don't know what he did to John. Okay, well, he helped the other people get off from their crimes. So, I guess maybe that does explain Art. I'm confused. I'm sure somebody's going to explain this to me. So let's just start with just the whole Riggs being tested thing. I actually really like that, and him having to go through the test and him really wanting to save everybody is a very noble thing. Now, that being said, him being upset about Carrie, he wasn't very kind to her. So, at first I was like, nah, whatever, he gets tested. But he seemed like a noble kind of guy, stand-up guy. Maybe he doesn't behave the best when he is in his work environment. I'm not sure. But a lot of the stuff that was showcased here, you know, especially the little girl that was obviously being abused, you know, he wants to save people. He wants to save everyone, which I guess is a flaw. I don't know. That was a stretch to me. I did say I was going to go into this with an open mind, and I really think that I did have an open mind. Up until like the last 2 minutes, I was very much enjoying this movie, and it didn't take away from me enjoying the movie. I'm just left confused rather than how the other three movies kind of like wrap everything in a beautiful little package and deliver it to you, and you're like, this is an amazing gift. I'm like, oh, that's a choice. I really did wonder where Jeff was going to be just because of how we left the last movie, and I still don't know what happened with his daughter. I would personally say that I don't think John would harm a child. So I'm hoping that that question gets answered. Yikes. Really, you know, the story with him and his wife. I felt was touching, but really the thing that kind of touched me, I got very teary-eyed, was when they lost their baby. Um, I can only imagine what it's like to be a parent who loses a child or never even gets to meet their child. But I don't know if that turns you into a serial killer. It seemed like John was already this type of person in regular life where, he wanted people to help them save themselves. Um, and his wife being a doctor, I assume that she's a doctor, that, he was drawn to her because she wanted to help save people. So I'll just say that the hair pulling mechanism, that's twisted. I'm not sure that just because the hair stops right here, that that's where it starts to pull off of the head. I'm a little overly critical of these because I want them to be more realistic. I actually don't want them to be more realistic. The more realistic they are, the scarier it is because the more likely it could happen. But little pervy rapey guy, we lost no one special. I'm assuming that it's the principal. Maybe I missed that, but the principal abusing the little girl and the wife. I was very confused in that scene at first because I thought that they had the arrows or the spikes going through them at the same location until she pulled the one out of her shoulder and it came out of his carotid artery. Then I was kind of like, oh, yeah, I'm here for this. I think that that's actually a really genius trap. RIP to the coroner's photographer. I don't think she deserved that. That was rough. So the one FBI detective, Strom, I believe is his name, he ended up killing Jeff, which I think was what the tape said to Perez, if I have her name right, who got like shards of glass in her face, which is not life threatening. And he was like, she's fighting for her life. I don't, not to be, it's a little insensitive for me to say this, but calm down, Strom. Calm down. I was warned that this was going to be a lot gorier, and I don't really think it was that bad. Like Cecil, the knives to the face, I would have been like, I'm just going to bleed out because I'm not going to cut up my face. That seems like a very vain thing to say. But then him falling into the razor wire. Now, Detective Hoffman being part of it, there's a big fat why. Amanda, I could see because she actually said that John saved her. Hoffman, maybe that's in the next movie, but I feel like there definitely needs to be a backstory to that. Seemed kind of out of left field. But at the same time, a lot of stuff was being pointed out. Like, there's no way that John or Amanda could have lifted Carrie and put her on, the chains. And there's a lot of stuff. I even said it when, Riggs was walking through his apartment, and I was like, obviously it's got to be another big dude to take on another big dude. So while I get it, seems questionable. Overall, I did not think that this was horrible. I thought it had a great story leading up to the last 2 minutes, and then it just left me with a little bit of confusion, and that might just be that it didn't compute correctly for me. But I didn't think it was horrible. I'm not happy that Eric is dead, but I'm happy that I get closure. Because I've had now like 3 movies wondering what's going on with Eric. And bravo for Donnie Wahlberg. Like, he does such an amazing job. He will be missed. All right, guys. I am definitely going to try to watch 5 this week. I do have some shit going on, but I'm really into this movie series, more so than I ever thought that I would be. I am a big fan of John. Not like, a fan of John. I'm definitely not going to get a little jigsaw puppet in the corner. Like, I'm not going to hang it on the wall. But I am very into his story. I want more. I want to know more. And as I've been told, I'm gonna get more. Somebody said that 5 is not as good as 4, but 4 is better than 7. I don't know what any of that means. Because like I said before, I'm going into it with an open mind. I'm looking at each one as an individual story, but I would say this one left me feeling a little confused. But sometimes when I'm confused, my questions get answered in the next movie. So I'm looking forward to that one. It'll be sometime this week. But in the meantime, if you guys want to like, subscribe, let me know other movies that you want me to watch. I know Hereditary I have not seen. Insidious I have not seen. There's also some horror sci-fi movies people have been suggesting. Like I said, anything with a twist ending, I think I'm getting actually a little desensitized. So I'm like, oh, blood, guts, brains, whatever. Give me more. In the meantime, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.